So Hawkeye episodes 1 and 2 came out, and of course there's a lot to talk about from those 2 hours, but this video is going to be focused on who we saw at the end of episode 2. Some of you may already know who she is, some of you don't. Her name is Echo, and in terms of popularity, she's a pretty low tier Marvel character. However, she's far from low tier overall and is extremely underrated. Echo's real name is Maya Lopez, and she's Native American. Her heritage plays a massive part in her character. She's also deaf. Of course, this makes her relationship with Daredevil hard to wrap your head around, but their powers help them make it work. Maya has abilities that are basically the same as Taskmaster's. She can perfectly copy any movement she sees just by looking at it. However, just like Taskmaster, she is limited to what her body allows her to do. Her physical capabilities won't increase. Maya's father worked for Kingpin, but unfortunately as a child, Maya was completely unaware of this. When Kingpin eventually betrayed and killed her father, Maya had no idea what really happened and grew up thinking her father's killer escaped. One of the things she remembers is her father putting his bloody hand on her face in the ambulance as he died. It left a handprint that Maya would later start to paint on her face when she became Echo. Kingpin noticed Maya's talents when she was young, so instead of leaving her to rot as an orphan, he paid for her to go to school and she grew up fatherless but educated. When Maya had grown into a young adult, Kingpin finally began putting her talents to use. He told Maya that Daredevil was the man who killed her father. To assure that his plan would be successful, he also told Maya to meet with Matt Murdock with the intentions of Matt falling in love with her, though he didn't tell Maya that he was Daredevil. The plan is genius when you really think about it. This is only shortly after Bullseye murdered Karen. Kingpin was aware of how desperate Matt was for love. If Maya attacked Daredevil, he would hold back hard, especially if he was in love with her. However, by not telling Maya that Matt was Daredevil, she wouldn't be conflicted at all, and she also wouldn't have a reason to question him since Matt was a kid when the murder of her father took place. It's things like this that makes Kingpin one of the best masterminds in comics. Maya watched footage of Daredevil fighting Bullseye to prepare for the fight. Around the same time, she was having lunch with Matt, not realizing that the man she was falling in love with was the man she was about to try to kill. After renaming herself Echo, she found Daredevil at night and managed to defeat him. Of course, Matt was holding back, even trying to help her at some points, but Echo was having none of it. Daredevil tried to explain himself to her, but of course, she was completely deaf and certainly wasn't bothering to read his lips while beating the shit out of him. The only thing that saved Daredevil was the arrival of some kids who thought they were putting on a performance, since Echo was an actor before. Knowing that she herself was traumatized by murder at a young age, Echo decided to delay Daredevil's death until later when there were no witnesses. The next time Echo attacked was while Daredevil was having a conversation with Black Widow, who was of course one of his most consistent love interests. After Echo shot down Natasha though, Matt turned the tables on her by locking her inside a dark building and absolutely dominating her. He was in his natural environment while Echo was completely out of her element. Darkness took away the main sense she had left, her eyesight. Meanwhile, it gave Matt every advantage. The last time Echo assaulted Matt, he managed to finally get a good hold of her and tell her that he was Daredevil. Shocked and confused, Echo ran away, slowly realizing the truth. She confronted Kingpin with a gun to the face. The crime lord tried to talk his way out of it, but Echo was merciless, shooting him in the head multiple times and blinding him. That story is called Parts of a Whole, and it was Echo's first story in the Marvel Universe. She has a few others after that, including another amazing one from the 1998 Daredevil run. It was a story about finding who she is and finding her purpose in life. She goes on what's called a vision quest and meets Logan on the way. He helps her find what she wants to find while reminding us why he's one of the best Marvel characters ever. His struggle between his animal and human sides were what led to him meeting Echo's father. Her father helped him, and now in turn, he helped his daughter. The story ended with Echo returning to Daredevil and kissing him goodbye. She couldn't be with him because he'd found a new girl after she left him. However, she still loved him, and both of them knew it. She was Ronin for a little while and also had the Phoenix Force too. In my opinion, she should get her own comic series, which is a very real possibility since the MCU usually makes characters 10 times more popular. There's been rumors that Echo's TV show will basically be Daredevil Season 4, and it's already been stated that it will be based on Parts of a Whole, so Daredevil is basically confirmed for it. It's one of the Disney Plus shows that I'm most excited for. There's nothing like a comic character you love finally getting more respect and popularity. We'll have to wait another week to see Echo in action, and I'm counting down the days. I like the first 2 episodes of Hawkeye a lot. The show was very enjoyable. Thanks for watching. Did you already know about Echo? If so, what did you think of her? Let me know in the comments. Y'all better not start hating on her. She's an amazing character. Make sure to like, subscribe, and all that stuff. New video coming soon. See you next time.